Hi and welcome back to It's Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy and we are a beauty review channel. Today I'm doing a wear test on the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I am using priming oils and hydrating primers underneath to see if I can, with my dry skin, wear a matte foundation all day. I'm hoping that I can see in about a 10-hour wear test, I can kind of get an idea of if the hydrating ingredients of my primers are going to break this down, or if it is a solution for wearing mattes with dry skin. I did have success with Dose of Colors matte foundation. I did have success with Fenty's matte foundation, but not everyone has been successful. NYX, for example, the Can't Stop Won't Stop broke down very fast with these primers, and you kind of, depending on how it's built, you can't blame it if it's reacting to something you put on. So, but it does make it unusable for my dry skin. So if you want to see a wear test for super dry skin, almost 42, and using super hydrating primers for Estee Lauder Double Wear, please keep watching. Okay, so as you saw from the intro, I am reviewing the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is the long wearing matte. And this one typically, from what I see, doesn't work well with dry skin unless you do prep or prep. So today I did prep with the Glassy Balm from Touch of Soul as well as the NYX priming oil. My skin is literally shiny if you look at it. It does feel like it's drying down finally, so I thought I would come and film this part now that it's drying down. And I would say I start with my eyes like I have been. This is the Jackie Aina palette, and I will show you the final, when I show you the final of my makeup for the day before I do any of the wear test. So I am just going to put this on the back of my hand. I brought a brush and a sponge just to see what works best, and I'm going to see how it works. Because it's such a full coverage, I don't want to overdo it and make it look cakey, so I just want to do a little bit at a time. Doesn't feel like I'm getting much coverage at all from the sponge. I'm going to try the brush. I definitely think it goes on better with the brush, but because I haven't used this one, it's very dry and it's soaking up some of the foundation. I do like when I use a foundation brush. I like the flat top kabukis because you can buff. Not every foundation works well with that technique, but like this one, I noticed it was creating more streaks. I'm gonna go back to the sponge for my chin and my forehead and see if I can make that work. It is not a lot of streaking in the foundation itself over here, but I want to make sure it's a thin layer. I was worried about this color match, but I'm actually looking at it and it's maybe a half shade darker, but I actually think it looks really good. And once I have any type of tan at all, it will look even better. It's weird how this is reacting to the sponge, however, because I have used these, this is the Beauty Bakery sponges. They come like in an egg carton. I've used them before and I never had a problem, so it's kind of weird how it like reacted to it. I haven't added any more foundation to this in a little while. I'm just kind of bouncing it and getting it spread out and everything. I do want to just take like a half a pump. There's a place I want to put some foundation. My baby hair is always getting in the way. So make sure I've gone right up to the hairline. Go right up to my ears. I think that's it. I think I have a pretty good thin layer. I think that right now it actually looks kind of glowy. I'm not sure it's picking up because I did have so much glow underneath. When it dries down, that might not be the case. I just haven't used this foundation before to know, because this is a first impression. So I am going to go finish my makeup and then I will come back and give you my thoughts on how it did with the makeup and everything else. And then I will do wear test at the end of the night let you know and show you exactly how it held up. So I will be right back. Okay, this is the final look. I am wearing the Jackie Aina palette. The main colors that I use, actually I think I only use 3. I used 4. Is ginger, and then I deepened it just a little bit with edges. Then the main area is Sponsored. I love this green. I'm probably gonna hit pan on it and have to rebuy the palette because, oh my god, it is crazy how good it is. And then I just deepen my corner just a little bit with Credit. So that is what I have on my eyes. For my primers, I did mention it when I did the application, but I wanted to show you. This is the Hydra Touch priming oil by NYX. And then I have the Glassy Balm by Touch and Soul. So that is what I put on before I put on this foundation. So if you look, this is not full coverage at this layer. I did the absolute thinnest layer I could in order to test it, not as a full coverage foundation, but as just a matte foundation. If you look, my skin is, like my chin, I have very little highlighter. My skin's very glowy due to those primers, but I don't know if this is one that will break down during the day because I did use those oils and moisturizing primers. Some foundations don't mix well with them, I find. So I really need to test the matte ones to see. I will be coming back at the end and showing you exactly what it looks like at the end of the night so you can see, you know, exactly how if it broke down, where, what, so we can, you know, kind of evaluate. This is a first impression. It's the first time I've ever worn this foundation, so I do need to see exactly what happens without having a full layer. The next time I test it, I will do a full coverage layer so you don't see any of my freckles or anything, and we can see how that one works in one of my videos. So I'll be back late tonight, and I do think, I mean, it's, let's see, 10:37 in the morning, so I figure I probably will keep this on at least till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, get a good 10-hour wear test, and I will check in and let you know how it's looking. See you soon. Okay, so it's been roughly 10 hours. Let me think. Actually, I think it's exactly 10 hours. And as you can see, I have had allergy eyes all day. Like my makeup is literally wiping away where my allergy eyes were. And it's been a pretty steamy, humid day. I think the temperature only got to like 85, 90, but it felt like 100 because the humidity was so high. So let me zoom you in and let's take a look at how it looks up close. Okay, so if we look at the cheeks, I think the cheeks did really good. I think that there's like nowhere, it still looks glowy and pretty. My smile lines are just now starting to set in. Like literally, we're 10 hours in, they're just starting to set in. And again, the cheeks look really good. I want to point out something. This obviously wears very graceful, and I realize right here looks terrible, but with my watering eyes, I don't think it can be faulted. But if you look over here, it literally is, it still feels like I have powder on it, even though my eye has been watering all day and my eyeshadow is literally washing away. So I think that this foundation wears gracefully. It doesn't just look like crap instantly. So I'm going to try it again with a full coverage layer. As I said in the video, this was not a full coverage layer. This was like a thin layer. And as you can see, the heat, I had to get my hair out of my face. It was driving me crazy. But I'm going to try it with the a full coverage layer and do another test. And I will tag a comment below once I complete that. But I give this, I mean, really, I mean, this is probably one of the best foundations I've seen as far as wearing gracefully, and the smile line's not setting. I mean, it just looks really good. So if you have dry skin and you want to try this, I truly, truly recommend that you hydrate, use oil or a really super moisturizing primer ahead of time and do that. So I hope that you guys like this review. If you did, I hope you click like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and share. Have a great day, guys.